So anyway, here we are, Langley, British Columbia. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce you to the Langley City's tourist trap. Literally. I got locked in that washroom right there. The lock on that door is broken. So once you go in, you can never come out. Currently, we are at a park and we are documenting the construction of Ron Simmer's latest art installation. So right now we are just setting up to shoot and to document the construction of this flower. So far he's got a small crew here.
So what's up?
I don't know, what is up?
Well, one of them is on the ground so far. We're waiting for Carl to show up with the rest of it.
I've already tried to pull up my drone to get some aerial shots of this, and although the flying of the drone is permitted here for my style of drone, for some reason the software decided to shut the drone down because I was in the aero zone of the airport, which I'm actually nowhere near. So as you see, this drone is one of the Mavic Mini, first generation Mavic Mini ones. This one is 249 grams. This one is supposed to be permitted to fly in this area because of its extreme lightweight. Unfortunately, the air traffic control network in this area disabled it, grounded it. Yeah, how did you thwart my evil plan? I'm going to use this drone that has a maximum range of 500 feet, weighs no more than a chocolate bar, and this is going to cause mass devastation of the world around. Yeah, grotesque overreach, but I guess there's really nothing I can do. We're just going to have to shoot this from the ground. Oh well, live and learn. We have just wrapped up the first day of building. The flowers are fully erect, the petals are on, the solar panels are on, but currently it's in the middle of the day, really stupidly hot, and I'm boiling, I'm sweating like a pig, smelling like an asshole, so I don't envy the people who are riding with me. We have to come back later on, see how the lighting looks at night. Ron is an excellent artist, and I can't wait to see how these things look at night. So we'll be back soon, I hope. Day two of this little adventure of ours. We were at the Rutley Park yesterday in Langley, but unfortunately the day was long, the day was hot, people were overheating, so we didn't get any interviews yesterday because everybody's brain was melted at that time. And there was a bit of a time crunch on the work because one of the workers had to fly out for 2 p.m, so we had to get it all done quickly. So today we're on our way to Ron's place to see him in his sculpture garden. and talk to him about the actual project and see what he has to say on it.
So the name of this project, I named it Nightblooms, and the Nightblooms is because it was meant to look good in the daytime because it's multicolored, very popping colors, and looks interesting as an art project in the daytime. But at nighttime, the flower blooms at night, or the lights come on at night when the solar cells are charged the battery, and the battery ticks on when it senses darkness. The idea was to propose this for a city park. In the daytime, people play baseball and soccer and basketball and stuff like that. It's a well-used park, and at night it becomes a little lighted flower garden, if you will. See, I have this terrible flaw that I look at some concept, how hard can that be, you know? Most of these things are massively difficult when it involves all kinds of regulations and budget constraints and everything else, you know. I make this mistake over and over again with embarking on some project and having no idea how to do it, and assuming that for some miracle I'll be able to find out, you know, a way of doing it, or meet people who can make it happen, hire people who are way smarter at fabrication than I am. So that's what happened this time, I guess. Although it's very stressful and difficult, I really like doing public art. I feel I can make a difference in society by producing art which is interesting to people and poses questions and makes people's lives more interesting. And I've had experience where people see my public art, and they enjoy it, they laugh, they ask questions, they're sincerely, you know, in some cases sincerely moved by it. So I'm all for that. What quite often happens with public art is you install a piece of public art, and the trolls come out on the internet and start slagging it, saying, well, what is this garbage? You know, my kid could have done better than this. Why is public money being spent on this crap? You know, stuff like that. And after a while that dies back, and then people begin to get used to it and appreciate it and like it in some instances, and really don't want to part with it. Anyway, the installation is in the air. It's doing its job. The lights are on. To my estimation, it's complete. So that's the end of the story. It's been a long struggle to build this thing, mainly because I guess the purchasing departments of various cities, I've been to this before, don't really have an appreciation of what it takes to make a novel, different, unique piece of art. The final result is usually worth it after months and months of dealing with finances and budgets and bureaucrats telling you what to do. So I think we've managed to. We did this. It was way over schedule, but at least it got done right. So that, I'm proud of that. The fact that we were able to do it and do it right. It turned out fine, I think. You know.
Okay, so now we're on day three. Day three, why am I looking away? I don't know, look at my profile, I'm so beautiful. Vogue. So much for trying to find a quiet space in and around the SkyTrain to record this. I thought all the concrete around would buffer the sound, but apparently it's just amplifying it. So, oh well, live and learn. Probably a bad idea to try this at rush hour at a major SkyTrain station in Vancouver. Currently, this is Royal Oak Station. This is where Ron Simmer's gonna come pick me up. We're gonna still journey out to Langley to return to the park, to return to the sculpture, to see what the LEDs look like at night. We're gonna visit the park at night to see the night bloom. I think a sculpture like this is gonna be very important to the people. I think it's gonna be important to the park and pretty much anywhere, because a piece of art kind of revitalizes the neighborhood. It's kind of like the broken window theory in reverse. If people start taking care of the parks and people start taking care of the city and making beautiful things for the city, and others see them put effort into the environment that they live in, then maybe they're going to do the same. Hey kids!
Hello!
Ready for a groovy mystery? And through the magic of modern cinema, Lori is turned into Ron. So we have arrived on location at Rutley Park in Langley. As of course you already knew that because you have been watching this video so far. Ron is meeting with his public and discussing the piece with the public.
So it's actually a sealed unit. It's a solar panel on top, and it's the RGB LEDs at the bottom, and there's a little sort of controller you can use to select 150 colors or many different sort of iterations of color changing. You know, it's fast, slow, medium, you know, different colors.
Does it have a name?
It's called
This composition?
it's called Nightblooms.
Beautiful.
So we're standing right here and somebody comes by and tells Ron that this is a waste of money. So tell me about this waste of money. Tell me what a horrible investment this is. How we should never ever fund public art because it's just horrible.
Well, my position is that this is a really cheap, low budget operation here. I could have spent way more money and made it much better, but this is kind of the bargain discount sort of public art.
This is public art by wish.
Yeah, right.
Hey, no, we do high quality work. Yeah, I helped polish up the metal. I took it from just the bare rough metal straight from the welder and sanded it down, polished it up with angle grinder and a felt pad, and then made it nice and mirror finish.
To reflect all the lights. The sun is going down, so I thought what I'd do is I'd set up a sunset time lapse. Okay, we got our good old Canon R6 right here, set out in the grass field. Because of the light, I'm just getting the silhouettes, but what I'm trying to really do is get the dancing of the clouds dancing in the background, because that's actually what I'm going to see. As the sun goes down, the light goes down, the clouds will dance in the background, and that's ultimately what this time lapse is. So I'm just going to let this thing run for the next, well, until the sunset, effectively.
Uploaded photos to Google Maps. So when you click on Rutley Park, it's at the very bottom. So when you look at it.
First one up.
A lot of people just stood here waiting for half an hour to watch the lights come on, so they're quite eager to see what it looked like, and they went away happy, and it's all good as far as I can see. Mission accomplished. I'm happy it's done, and to me it looks like it's over and accomplished. It may be the administrators for the township of Langley will have some comments, perhaps. Maybe they want me to redo it or something, but we'll find out tomorrow, I suppose. I think it's a case of the politicians have to figure that if they get a good public reaction, they should finally pay me or something like that. I got many other fish to fry. I got other little non-paying projects to deal with tomorrow and the next day, around Vancouver.
So is the life of an artist.
Yeah, right. It's not much sleep for the wicked, I guess, or whatever. feedback from Nightblooms has been pretty positive, and people like the idea of lights in the park. It lights it up and makes it probably a safer place to be, and it draws attention to the cycle path which it sits right on. So it's actually a good thing in terms of health and safety. People in the township of Langley really like it in terms of exactly what they wanted. They were pretty specific about what kind of flowers and what kind of colors they wanted, and I delivered exactly what they wanted, so they seemed very happy with it the time being. I provided them with all the details about what kind of paint I used, and what steel, and where to buy all the support things for the electronics and that kind of things. I provided a lot of documentation, so in terms of maintenance, it's all doable, you know. And the thing about the lights on this thing, they're completely programmable. If they don't like the current situation of the lights coming on and off and displaying different colors, there's about 100 different changes they can make to the light system if you want. Well, the thing is that there's a 2-year warranty on the lights. After that, they're on their own. But the Nightblooms is a permanent installation in the park, and I'm sure it'll be there for 10 or 20 years. So. I actually have many art interests other than public art. Public art is sort of the glory hole of art, I guess, but I also do... Anyway, sorry. Start again. Okay.
That's the best.
I love you. You're wonderful.